What's going on, family? How y'all doing out there? This is episode 29 of the Pharaohs Podcast. I'm your host, Solomon. I'm joined by Mr. What's Good himself, Israel.
Yo, what's good? It's another day to be great.
And you know we got a doctor in the house because we got Luke in the building.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? How everybody doing?
Uh, man, I've been having some car trouble, fellas. And I'm trying to get that worked out. But how y'all week been?
You started off, Israel. How was your week, man?
Man, if I could get this thing to act right. My weekend has been a blur. It's been very the whole holiday thing, it's been very festive and active and constantly moving. Took a quick trip to see my people back at home up in Chicago, see the family. I left Thursday morning. Got there at 11 a.m. and then saw the family. Went to sleep, got up 5 a.m. or 3 a.m. to get my 5 a.m. flight. Was back in Atlanta by like 9:30 in the morning. Went back to work. Then I had some motorcycle event later on. And then I think Saturday, went to work. Had another motorcycle event, like a funeral ride and stuff. Repass. Had somebody from the set pass. Medical illness. And then Sunday, it was like I
Oh,
got to
wow.
sleep in. Yeah. But it went, yeah, Sunday I got to sleep in, and then I was just chilling, just chilling at the crib, chilling with some friends, and uh, yeah, I went to sleep, woke up this morning, forgot I had a job to go to, because it's like, I don't know, man. I just been living and working and chilling, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I do gotta go to work today. I just woke up late and, took it slow and got off on time. Here we are. It's a Monday afternoon, Monday evening, something like that. Yeah. But yeah, how
So you
y'all
showed
weekend?
up. Hold on, wait a minute. So you showed up late and got off on time.
Yes. I showed up because usually I get to work like 2:30, 3 in the morning. Today, since stuff was slow, I was like, all right, I'm gonna just come in. I don't know. I just came in late, but I ain't coming until like 6:30. So, and then I got off at like 3:30 ish. So, I still did my job.
He
You
said he
know.
said not a 12-hour day, just a regular 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
don't understand. People probably
How
sitting there right now. They probably be like, only 12 hours. What do you
Only.
mean? He works 12 hours. Yeah, we work like that. We work like
That's
that over
light.
here.
That's light. That
Yeah,
sounds
that's
light.
life for
That
us.
sounds light, man. 12 hours? What? It sounds daunting
Yeah,
on the paper, but when
it
you do
do.
it, you lose track of time. And then what else you gonna be doing at that time? Spending money somewhere. You know.
Well, it's good to hear you had a good week, man.
how,
So,
how was the
you know,
food?
How was the food at the repass?
No, at the for Thanksgiving.
Oh, Thanksgiving, it was good. You had the, let's see, my grandma cooked some dirty rice. My pops got a jerk turkey. We had some mac and cheese, pinto beans, greens. For some reason, we didn't have potato salad.
You were
Uh,
supposed to bring it.
it wasn't happening with the flight. No, I was backpacking it. I literally had a backpack. I don't even think I needed to open my backpack for real, because it was just like I had to change clothes. But yeah, the food was good. I wish I could have took some home, but I just gotta learn how to cook just as good as the food that was made. That's it.
I was gonna say something, but I don't want to get you in trouble.
Man, life used to be so easier, having somebody to be able to cook for you. But yeah. Anyways,
that's how
how
they
y'all
that's how they
weekend?
get you.
That's how they get you.
That's how they supposed
Oh,
to
that's
get
how
you,
they get
lead with the,
you. Hey,
They used to say a man's what they used to say?
The
The
man's
way to a
stomach
Wait till a
man's heart
is
man's
is
hard.
through his
heart
stomach.
is his
Yeah,
Yeah.
stomach.
yeah. But
You see, we all
women
done
don't be
heard that
cooking no
one.
more. Right, right. They don't be cooking like they used to no more. So
Nah, they just be twerking.
yeah, like they got epilepsy or something. That's how you see them doing. Like they got some type of something going on. Like man, that's all you
Nah,
do.
fellas, I like to eat. That's a requirement. That's the first thing come out of
If
my
you don't
mouth.
like to eat, we ain't gonna work. Cause
I gotta
what is
have
we doing?
energy to get this money. How am I
What is
gonna go get you some money and I'm
right?
hungry, guy?
Right.
Don't make
What are
no
we
sense.
doing? It don't make no sense.
It's good. Good to hear you had a good week, man. Uh, well, for me, it was good. I enjoyed seeing family. It was tiring. Um, but my week really kind of got started last Sunday because it was a celebration for my grandfather.
Hmm.
I got a chance to see a lot of people. The Israel father was there. Was a few prophets came through. So it's my week started then. You know,
Mm.
and it seemed like all week, brothers, man. It just seemed like it just kept going day to day to day. Then on top of that, y'all, my children out of school, so they were out of school, so that threw me off because I'm like, man, them hours they be there, them 6 7 hours play a difference. But through it all, I got through the week, and nothing big, nothing major, nothing like that. Just looking forward to another day to talk to the people, talk to the subscribers, see what's going on.
How was the food?
Yeah, the food was going. The food was y'all.
Want
Bartholomew
to know
came through.
about the food?
Yeah, yeah. Deacon Bartholomew came through and did his thing. So we let him work. He had the whole kitchen to himself that whole day. Actually, it was interesting because a lot of my family came over and they just stayed at the house. So it was nice. The house was full, but the food was amazing. The food was amazing. So we actually just kind of finished up the last little bit, and he had everything you could think of. So I think we talked about this last podcast. You just can't never get past spending time with family. They gonna be off. Some of my family was off because of the holidays, so they drove in. Like, come on, you know what I mean? You gotta spend time with your peoples when you can. So everything was good. What about you, Solomon? You down there in the A?
Yeah,
In the A?
Solomon, what did you do? How was
I
your
was solo
holiday?
dolo. Ain't nobody come
Solo
talk to me. Ain't
dolo.
nobody invite me nowhere. I did speak to my cousin, but I wasn't even invited where she was going. So I was at home working.
Yeah,
Actually
lady.
just finished up Queen Sarah's third book. Look out for that. She gonna release that in February. So I can't wait to start
All
promoting
right.
that. And then I'm also still working on somebody else's book right now. So I just been working. I've been chilling, working. I've been solo dolo for a little bit. My homie, she think she was with her people's her car down right now. So she was like, I would have brought you a plate if my car was working. So
Man, you should have got one of your queens to cook for you, man. What's
He
going
done made them
on?
all mad. He done made them all
Ah,
mad.
this is a bad time. Bad time.
this so there's the time period, and I'm glad y'all talking about this right now because a lot of people
Oh
got the
yeah.
misconception that I'm gonna like I'm gonna always just have women in a revolving door. I don't operate like that. There is a time and period where I have to be
Disclaimer
into
here.
my spiritual self as a spiritual man, not only just on Passover with those 7 weeks, but other things come up in life where you need to be able to sacrifice and fast. And as the prophet that I am, that is something that I do. So not all the time I'm going to have the company or even want the company all of the time of a woman. Sometimes I need to be by myself to get right with God.
Mm.
Yes, sir.
That's just how
Yeah,
I
we
operate.
fasting right now. I'm walking with Solomon with it, man. I've been walking in that for a minute now though. But not even just on that level, but on other things too. I agree with you, Solomon. It's like it don't have to always be a revolving door. I think, and this go across the board for all men. We have to take time out for ourselves to really re-examine what we need. And if you always trying to put your energy in chasing, you're gonna drain yourself out. So
Mm-hmm.
I admire you because a lot of people would think, oh, young single bachelor men as we are, but that's usually the time where you really need to focus on yourself so that when you do get somebody or you find somebody, you ain't making the same mistakes you made when you was a younger man. So I take my hat off to you. I'm with you on that. We prophets, we getting through this cycle, but I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying that peace. That in the peace is amazing.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, I be trying to tell. I'm glad we talking about this now off the top. I happen to tell young men or men, period. Like my one of my friends called me the other day, one of my high school buddies, and he was like, he had an interesting question. Oh, this could be a great question for Ask the
Mm.
Pharaohs. So you know what? I'm gonna save it for later.
Oh, you're gonna
All
save it for
right.
later.
Just remember
I
it. Don't
think I should
forget it.
save it for later. I'm not gonna forget. I ain't gonna forget. All right. Well, so let's get into some topics because we got some stuff to talk about. We starting with oh man, it's still football season. We starting to get kind of towards the end. Chicago Bears are now 4-8 after a crazy loss to the Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving. I was watching that. I was watching football on Thanksgiving. Um, it was like maybe 20 seconds left in the game. The Bears are trying to go down the field to either tie the game or win the game. The quarterback, which is a rookie quarterback, he ended up, I guess, not speeding the game up as how he should. And he threw the ball, had an incompletion, and that was the end of the game. He ran out of time. He couldn't do anything else. He still had one more timeout left, and they were in field
Mm.
goal range. They are blaming the coach, Matt Eberflus. And
Mm,
fellas, Matt Eberflus.
He got fired, didn't
Matt Eberflus got fired. Got the with the Vince McMahon. You're fired. They fired him as the head coach after they just previously fired, maybe 2 weeks before that, the offensive coordinator. So they fired the offensive coordinator 2 weeks ago, and then now this week they finally fired on Friday. They fired the head coach of the Chicago Bears, Matt Eberflus, for his basically his fumble of time management.
How you
So
gonna blame the
fellas,
coach when it's the player that's got the ball?
Cause he the
Man,
coach and he the boss. And at the end
no.
of the
yeah,
day, the
he's the
boss
They
head
gotta
they
coach.
trying to
pay.
they trying to find somebody to scapegoat because you got to blame the
He's
player, not the coach.
That's why he get paid the big bucks, Israel. That's why
you
I'm
plan
clapping. I'm proud of them.
you wait a
Yeah.
minute. You blaming the rookie? You blaming the
Yeah, he
rookie
had the
Israel
ball and he
blaming
for
the
the
ran out of
rookie.
time?
time.
The
You
coach
don't,
could have handled all of
dude,
that. The coach could have
because
pulled him
the
to the
coach ain't
side.
playing though. At the end of the day, you got to. At the end of the day, you got to see the clock. Like how you playing and you not paying attention to the clock as a player to know
Okay,
what
that was
This is
time,
the.
why.
how
So I'm
to
glad
know
you.
how much time you got to do what you got to do. I guarantee you that player didn't
I'm,
look at the clock, and if he did, he would have got it off quicker.
I'm glad you said that because this ain't the. This is the last straw of why Matt Eberflus got fired. So let me walk you back down
Walk me back,
through
cause
the
I ain't been
Bears
paying attention,
schedule.
but still.
Come on.
Let me walk you down through the Bears schedule. Okay.
I have to pull up some.
Um. So they were okay. They were winning. They was doing a good job at first, right? They were like
Mm-hmm.
4-2. Okay. They played the Washington Commanders. Remember, we talked about this briefly.
Yes, we did.
It was the last minute of the game, last couple seconds of the game. The Washington Commanders quarterback threw a Hail Mary pass that was not supposed to make it to no receiver. The cornerback was not paying attention, mocking the crowd like they already won the game. The crowd is telling him like, hey, they snapped the ball already. The play is in motion. And you still talking to us. He turns around, that same player, turns around. Instead of batting the ball down like they be teaching these cornerbacks, he tipped it up and went to the wide receiver of the other team, and they won the game. Right? Since
So
then,
you're not gonna blame that on you gonna blame that on the coach?
Yep. You're gonna blame that on the coach too.
Yep.
Because why is your player not focused?
Matter of fact, you blame the player. Wait.
Matter of fact, hold on, wait. Matter of fact, the player didn't even you could have called a timeout. Why you not watching all the players on the field? You could have called the timeout. Was like, hold on, wait a minute, he not paying attention, and you could have got on him at the end of that game.
The big bucks.
That's why you're the
head coach. That's stupid. The player is in charge of the ball, so he's in charge of the time. If he don't snap the ball, then the time ain't going nowhere.
Hold on, wait. Let me keep going too. I gotta keep walking you through. Then they played the Cardinals and they blew out 29-9. They're like, okay, what's going on with the offense? Because why are they only scoring 9 points?
Right.
So they said that was a problem. They played the Patriots after that. Speaking of the Patriots, they eliminated from playoff contention. One of the first teams to get eliminated from playoff contention. They got 3 wins. One of those wins is over the Bears, and they whooped the Bears 19-3. They like, why are we only scoring 3 points? So those past 2 games, now they fired the offensive coordinator. Okay.
I'm gonna say this. It's crazy. They don't make players like they used to. Cause after a while, look, even in the collegiate games, high school games, after a while, you gotta say, screw the coach. We ain't winning his way. You gotta have the star player go his way at this point, or the head coach, somebody else. You know how they be like new pitcher when you playing baseball? They needed a new coach back then. Like they needed to switch the head to the second man and second string coach or something. Cause if it ain't working,
that's what they doing. That's what they doing.
But look, I'm all of the stuff. So this is since that Hail Mary blunder. Okay, they have been losing. They have not won since that Hail Mary blunder. The next game, they played the Packers, which is in the division. All of these divisional games, these last 3 games were divisional games against the Packers, the Vikings, and the Lions, and they all went down to the wire. Last second clock management stuff that was going on. When they lost against the Packers after the Patriots, they lost because they was about to win.
About to don't count.
They was on their way to winning the game, and they stopped like at some point on the field where they could have ran one more play and did a timeout. Instead, the coach let it go down to 3 seconds, called for the field goal team. The field goal got blocked by the opposite team. They lost their game.
Damn.
They could have got closer. They could have ran another play and a gamble play because they had one more timeout. They could have either threw the ball deep enough to get super close for a touchdown, or they could have ran the ball a little bit more to get the kicker even closer for a more easier field goal. Didn't matter because it got blocked. The coach got criticized for that too, because it's like, why didn't you call another play?
Right.
You had enough time. Sense. The Vikings. Now, this was a good game. They went to overtime. Last second. By the way, they doing this with a rookie quarterback. Caleb Williams has been playing very great, especially in the second half of every game. When they down, he constantly pushes them towards almost winning the game. Okay. So, went to the Vikings. Because of their rookie quarterback, he ended up taking a sack. Time continues to tick down. All of these is time management. Y'all listening to how they keep losing all of these games. It's at the end, fourth quarter, with under 30 seconds or a minute left. And they got the ball. This game went into overtime. They lost. Caleb Williams got sacked. Vikings got the ball back, went down, kicked the field goal, overtime over. And like I said, the last game for the Lions, time management, he had under 20 seconds left, 10 seconds, clock still ticking. He finally hikes the ball. He throws the ball in the air. The time is ticking, so it's like 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, ball in the air. Receiver don't catch the ball. The game is over. Time management. So I just walked you down from that Hail Mary blunder to last Thanksgiving. You telling me he don't deserve to get fired, Israel?
They need to make a whole new team. But sure, after that, you got to fire the coach, change the coach, and the players need some help too. Obviously, at this point.
Shit. Let me hop in on this. Because now you talk about the players need help. The player don't need no help. What first off, we have to remember we are talking about the Chicago Bears. Okay. This is Chicago. I knew that these coaches were going to be an issue when they don't look like the players. What do I mean by that? If you ain't got a coach coming in there at least 6 feet with some muscles, you're not going to make it. You ain't going to make it. Not with the Chicago Bears. This team needs an entire revamp. And in order to get a revamp, you got to bring in a militant type drill sergeant, no BS taken, because in order to revive them, you have the quarterback that can do it now. This is why I feel that the players, you have a leader who can take them there, but he can only take them so far. The coach is supposed to facilitate and look out for errors that are coming down as the quarterback is driving the team. So if you constantly are seeing game after game that there is an issue, as a coach, your job, the reason your kids eat the way they do, the reason you live in a nice house like you do, is for you to be able to see these things and correct them in enough time in order to give the team at least enough chance not to look bad. And let's be honest, the Chicago Bears were on the way to looking like a better team. Anything great they would have did this year would have made them look like a better team, because they have been dealing with BS for so long. So I applaud them for firing the coach, because you don't got time for BS. You this close to reviving one of the greatest football teams of all time. And the only way you're going to do it is if you bring in a coach that can connect with the quarterback, build a bond and relationship. And they know that's what he don't have. Because if you had a relationship with him, that wouldn't have happened. So as the owners of the team, they are looking for a coach, Israel, that has this type of relationship. And that's what Chicago Bears need right now. Again, you got this, Solomon pointed it out. You got a quarterback with great potential. And then also, too, you have a team that's been well funded for years. It ain't a lack of money. It ain't a lack of resources. So what they had to say to themselves is, what are we not giving you as a coach to where you can get the job done, to at least give us a C season would be good. That's something for us to work on to get ready for next year. But you can't. You're giving all of these amazing moments, and you keep dropping the ball. All of these stories would have been amazing stories to tell, regardless if they made it to anything. These would have been great stories to get them ready for next season, and they're supposed to come in even harder to potentially become a Super Bowl seeing team again within the next 2 years. We know what the game plan is. He messing up the game plan. This is why I said, man, fire him. Fire him twice. And don't let him work on no more teams, because you suck. Ain't no way that's supposed to happen. And you think anybody want to deal with that? That's incompetence as a coach. So I feel like, hey, as a coach, I take that L. I'll never forget, I heard a story, and I'm gonna give it back to y'all. It was a coach one time. He was so adamant. He was a college coach. He was so adamant about his team winning. At one point, he took the He took the little set off. He ran and tackled the dude himself just so they ain't score a touchdown. You know they fired him. They fired him. He was never allowed to work in that district. But for the past 50, 60 years, we still telling the story. So football is a game of pride. Football is a game of spirit. You want
What
to
is
go, you
that,
want to go down
Bob?
there.
Oh, what is
I,
his
I
name?
think it was Bob something, right?
It's Bob
Man, when
something. Yeah.
I heard that, I almost saluted him because I understand. He said, I ain't gonna let my team lose to these wimps. I tackle it myself. This is what the Chicago Bears is looking for. They're looking for a coach like that. They're looking for a coach that's want to come in, grab the bull by his horns, and make that thing ride. So hey, that's my feeling on it. I'm gonna turn it over
They
to
need another Lovey Smith. That's who they need.
Lovey Smith.
Yeah.
For no joke.
Yeah,
Need
Lovey
somebody
Smith
strong.
definitely had. Yeah, Lovey Smith definitely had one of the best records. 3 playoff appearances and 1 Super Bowl appearance. He didn't win the Super Bowl, but that was the last time the Bears had actually been to the Super Bowl. So he, every other coach after him, have a losing record. Every coach after Lovey Smith has a losing record. No, one more. One has maybe like a 500 over like 3 games over 500 record. That's it. So that tells you a lot. But I just want to say also too, like, we know that we got a rookie quarterback. He's not going to do much. Like we understand as a Bears fan, you are evaluating what you have. And you can't evaluate more if you're telling me the defense is doing okay. They're a middle of the road defense. They're not the top 10, but they're not the bottom 10 either. Okay. So if you're telling me your defense is doing an okay job to keep you in games to win them, then it got to be the offense, because what the hell is going on? Why they not scoring points? So that's why the offensive coordinator got fired first. But I thought that was just a buffer. I think that was a buffer.
They gotta start cutting.
They
down
wanted
on
to get
them
to the
see
head
what the
coach.
real problem, man.
Yeah. So, like you said, Luke, like it's all about the people who are just trying to get to, let's evaluate the season. How did our rookie do for his first time in the NFL? And let's move forward to see what pieces we might need to continue to build to a better or a championship team.
Right.
They should have fired.
They dropped him.
They should have
give
fired.
another man a chance. Give another man a chance, because that man. And I'm gonna say it real quick. I'm so passionate about this because when I see opportunities in life, no matter who it is, I'm not a hater. I get happy when I see people get opportunities. I get happy when I see people succeed, and I see that people get a chance. Move him out the way, because clearly he ain't taking it serious. If you got an opportunity to make NFL history and revive, like I say, one of the greatest football teams, they're still the Bears, the Chicago Bears. If he's not taking it seriously, which you can only talk is one thing, but your results are gonna show. That's why I'm so passionate about it. I don't want nobody to drop no ball. Let another man take that chance. Let another man get an opportunity. And if you don't take it seriously, man, move these jokers out the way. Move them out the way. We don't have time for mediocre. We done with that in all kind of ways. They did it with the election. Now they doing it with football. All these weak people, get them out the way, because we're not getting nothing done. You can't get nothing done like that. So hey, that's my last thing. I promise. I'm passionate about that though. I'm so happy they fired him. Y'all don't understand.
That's funny.
I know. He gonna be all right. He gonna be all right.
Well, another person that is going out the way, Luke, is President Biden. But before he get up out of here, he had to do one more thing before he finally turned to give Trump the keys to the White House. And that was pardon his son, Hunter Biden. Okay. Now, President Biden announced last Sunday that he issued a pardon for his son, Hunter Biden, in a major reversal in the final weeks of presidency. Mr. Biden re- repeatedly pledged not to pardon his son, who was convicted in June of 3 separate felony charges related to his purchase of a revolver in 2018 when he was battling an addiction to illegal drugs, which he lied about on paperwork to obtain the gun. He also pleaded guilty to 9 tax evasion charges in a separate case in September.
Mm.
Y'all. What is President Biden thinking?
He trying to go out with a bang, man. That's what it
I mean,
is. Like, well, if I'm leaving, I might as well do this. Might as well do that. I wouldn't be surprised if he do some other crazy stuff while getting out of office.
Somebody just told me, I don't know if that was you, Luke, but somebody just told me, like, we better watch what Biden do before he get up out of here. Somebody just told me that.
because you don't really know. I mean, I ain't too surprised. I agree with Israel. He going out with a bang, and then you think about it too. It's his son. It's if you look at Joe Biden's story, he lost. He lost a lot of. I think what it was his other son passed away, and then he has the crackhead son, and then I think he lost. I know he
Not the
lost his wife.
crackhead, son.
But he is. He was a crackhead. I mean, he was smoking crack. I don't know what to say. He spent
Then he
thousands of
had like
dollars.
5 sons or something, right?
Yeah, and then I know his wife or something got killed in a car accident. So I'm not too surprised as a dad. Like, I mean, you got power, and then you're
Right.
80 something years old. What they gonna do? He probably look now. What people are upset with, I think, Solomon, is that when they kept asking his campaign, they asked Jean Pierre over and over again in multiple time periods, is President Biden thinking about pardoning his son? And the answer was always no. He's not gonna do it. He stands firm on that. But people are saying he only did that because at that time he was running for re-election. So I think that's where it kind of gets a little shady, because it's like, yeah, you're a dad, so we get that. But if you really stood that hard on your son the way you trying to come off, you would have said that from the get go. Y'all either re-elect me or not, but I'm gonna pardon my son. That ain't how you came. And real recognize real. You ain't real. To me, it ain't being real. Cause why you ain't just say that? You want to get re-elected. And when you now that you're not in, now you know it ain't happening. You done dropped out the race late, made a fool of yourself. He probably said, "What I got to lose? I ain't gonna let my
Y'all
son go
know?
to jail." I mean, that's you know,
He ain't got nothing to
just
lose.
just to remember. Hey, but you know what he did though? He didn't gave. Now when Trump get in there and when Trump do stuff, they gonna always refer back to this. How y'all gonna say this when y'all see he went and did that? They don't understand. That was like they didn't kind of gave the Trump campaign the ability to say that more. You're gonna hear it come out in the future. They're gonna bring this up.
What do y'all think about everybody being worried that, that they feel like Trump trying to be a dictator? And he wants to, not have any more, I guess, elections after him, which is not true. But what do you think about that narrative that a lot of the people in America are going with? They feel like, this is the last so-called election.
People are stupid. That's all. It just shows people are so stupid. They're ignorant, gullible, and they just entertain the dumbest ideas because that would never happen. So why are you gonna entertain it? And that would take away the power of a lot of people who he'd have to go through to make that done. And like, why? They'd be like, why would we do this? That's stupid. That's
Yeah,
my thoughts on
I
it.
heard some people talking in Walmart today. They was like, still the same narrative. Oh, you guys, it's the black man's fault that the black woman didn't win the election. And even though we have the evidence and the data that shows that's not even true, people are still running wild with this whole idea that black men didn't want to support Kamala. No, she just lost fair and square. She I know people might not feel like it was fair and square. I don't know why. There was no tampering this year. Nobody gave a big hoopla or fuss about any of the election results this time. We didn't have no scandals this year about the election. So to me, that's fair and
Right.
square. She lost. I get what you're saying though, Luke, as in, hey, these people are now when Trump do something, they gonna say, now remember when Biden was leaving before he gave you the keys
Mm-hmm.
to the house, he pardoned his son who got convicted of several felonies, several,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
only to
they
the guns and the
definitely.
drugs, but also the tax evasion 9 times. How you do
Yeah,
tax evasion 9 times? When Wesley Snipes did it, they locked his ass up.
You
because
know,
it's a
it's
certain
such thing
privilege
as
when your last
yeah,
name
absolutely.
Biden. Your last
Nah,
name is
just
Biden. His last name was Snipes. Snipes got money, but Snipes don't got power. Power will precede any money you have. And I think that's something I'm starting to learn more and more. Now, to the point of what you said, real quick, because I'm gonna answer your question on what I feel about people saying about Trump is gonna be a dictator. But I wanna put something out real quick. Y'all watch Baron Trump. Watch what we say on this podcast. Watch what Luke said. He gonna be something to reckon with in the future. Probably, maybe not in the political world, but even if it's in the business world, he gonna be something to reckon with. I just wanted to put that out there because y'all know we be saying stuff and then it may happen 10 years later. I just some that he's smart. He's very smart. Now, when it comes to Trump, I don't the whole dictator thing. I think they tweaking on that because you remember one of our listeners asked, "You think we should, how should you feel? You think we should think about leaving and all of that?" As somebody that loves the motherland, I think the best thing you could ever do if you did go back to the motherland was take the same concepts of capitalism to the motherland. Because the
Why?
motherland is let me tell you why. I'm so happy you asked that. Because you got to ask, where did the birth of capitalism come from? The
hmm.
Exactly. Where is the first place that somebody can say, I make bread, I'm good at making bread, and now I can open up 3 shops where I make bread? It happened in Africa. That is the birthplace of where you can be good at something, not be the pharaoh, not be in the royal house, not be one of the high priests, and still make a decent, respectable living. Capitalism to me is going to always trump anything. So I'm not worried about a Trump because money talk and BS walk. And life is only for
All
so long.
day.
You see what I'm saying? So I look at this as an opportunity. Like I told them when they asked us last time, y'all. This is an opportunity for whoever is willing to grab it. Now, if you don't want to drink, you ain't got to drink. But everybody is standing at the foot of the lake right now. And it's all about where you get in. What happened the day after the election? The markets went up. Think about all of those black people who took advantage of that, who was like, man, I just made an extra 15, 20K on my retirement fund, bro. Y'all don't, this is why I'll be like, these are our people. If they're having an issue with money and being able to survive, they need to get an opportunity because all of us then we all here. Now, last thing, I do see there being a crackdown when they come and do this deportation thing. I want to warn our people, get ready. Ain't none of our people got nothing to worry about. All y'all got an ID because y'all love going to the liquor store. What is you worried about?
Right, that
Y'all be in the
part.
bro. Y'all
Hmm.
be in the liquor store all the time. I mean, to take you to the liquor store or take you. Come on, man. What you worried about? That's all they asking for. You got it already. Mind your business. Let's focus on our community and stay out of everybody else's business all the time. I love the Haitians too. I know they got the same melanin like I do, but they fight is not my fight. And the moment I sit there and start trying to fight, they fight, I neglect my family. I neglect the people who've been here with
Hmm.
me trying to make a better life for me in America. So I'm sorry, I can't hop on that bandwagon of just because you darker than me or you the same complexion, I gotta do the same type of fight. My fight is different than their fight. They gotta figure their life out too. Cause I promise you, if I was to go over there, it would not be the same. Capitalism has given black people an opportunity to get ahead because we now have the knowledge. We can go anywhere in the world and take the knowledge of being able to start a business, run a business, scale your business, and live a great life. That's all I got to say about that topic. That's
I
all I
was
got to
gonna
say.
ask you, Lou, because I was looking up where did capitalism start. It say that capitalism, because I know I agree with you when it comes to the maybe an economic system. I forgot exactly what it was called in Africa, but they're saying that capitalism started in England.
Thieves, they ain't nothing but some thieves. They stole it. They went over there, just like they stole every goddamn thing else. They stole how to make soap. They stole how to make beer. They stole how
The
to make
Moors went over
beer.
there, yeah. The
Yes,
Moors
they
definitely
stole
went over there and teach them how
the
to do that.
goddamn ancients was the one. The ancient Africans was the first to make beer. You really think they knew how to run a whole capital system? They barely knew how to clean themselves. Let's be real. So
That's
yeah,
true.
they gonna say that because that's gonna make them sound intelligent and proper. You ain't that proper. You didn't got your stuff together now. But you went to the motherland to learn how to run a civilized nation. You gotta go to the first
Mm-hmm.
nation, which was the land of Kim. These were the people that said, you know what, god damn it, we good at this agricultural stuff, y'all. We could make some money from this. Now, mind you, all the other African tribes doing their thing, they running their lands all throughout Africa. But it was something about that area to where they was like, hold on, we good at this. We might be able to sell what we farming over here and sell it to our brothers and sisters. And then not only that, we got the whole Nile Valley River. This is why that's the birth of economics. Because you have to have an abundance of something in order to sell it.
Right.
England didn't have an abundance of nothing but rocks and caves. Did nobody
That's
want that?
facts.
Everybody wanted gold. And where you go to get gold? You gotta
America.
go to Africa. Come on, no, you gotta go to Africa. They was all trying to get to Africa. So when they got to Africa, if the people wasn't already civilized, how can you
Africa.
negotiate to people that ain't civilized? They was over there negotiating with these Nubian people because they had already understood the systems. And what was pissing them off, Solomon, what was pissing England off is that England could not believe they were getting outdone. But see, what England was better at was weapons. They were good at destruction. So they said, oh, we can't outsmart them? No problem. We'll just kill them. That gets rid of the issue. We'll take their
That makes
lands.
sense.
And not only that, we'll have the Arabs do it. We'll fund their operations. See, y'all, man, I was talking about this on Sunday. They don't understand how deep this thing get. They don't understand why Islam and all these things are in America. England was funding these programs in order for them to look good. But in reality, y'all trying to get a portion of the land. And once you got a portion of the land, then that's when the people got fat and lazy. They always, what he talking about? That's what he talking about. The economic structure of Africa. The people got lazy. They begin to do dirty deals, bad deals with the wrong people, and they got their stuff snatched. Like you get your chain snatched because you're trying to do an undercover deal. It worked the same way with us. So of course they gonna say England had it, bro. England ain't do nothing but steal it.
I mean, I agree with you. I'm just saying, like, the whole type of what we think capitalism is today, how it is like also kind of ruining our lives. It's actually kind of ruining some of the natural production, or yeah, the natural production of us. Sometimes we put money before we should a lot of different things, and we think that money can solve all of our problems. And not every single one of them. There are miserable millionaires. Okay, that's that. Just because people pretend like they got it. Some of these people that have the most money are some of the sickos that we have to deal with in this country. And I think this is why we're talking about the whole Biden thing, or his son getting pardoned, because it's like, my boy, what is you doing? Your son already was convicted. Like, he's been prosecuted
He
already,
trying to
gang.
say, yo, bring him out. Bring him out.
So it's like, if that's going on, then what does that say about everything else going on in this country? And that's why I asked y'all the question of, like, that whole thing of, like, people believe that, Trump wants to be a dictator and he wants this to be the last election and things of that nature. Does this give him the right to kind of greenlight some stuff that we know he finna try to start getting away with now?
I don't think he go. I don't think he. It's not much to get away with when you that old and that rich. You got all the power. There's not much to get away with to me at that point. And to make a point to what you're saying, I'm never gonna blame fire for burning the house down. I'm gonna blame the person who threw the fire in the house. Because see,
Okay.
that same fire could light up a furnace that will keep a baby from freezing to death. So now, which
Mm-hmm.
one is morally
Mm.
correct? Should I let the baby freeze to death, or should I just never use fire?
Mm-hmm.
Capitalism is that fire, my brother. The ability to be good at something. And yes, I agree with you. There are a lot of millionaires that are miserable. But see, this is the issue I have with that saying. Because I hear it a lot, but it's bullshit. Because it's a small percentage of people in the world that even got that type of problem. So,
Mm-hmm.
in my mind, they got the right to have them type of mental problems because they take on higher levels of
So
stress.
you think it's
The
okay for them
reason
to be sickos and they million
I'm not
because they
saying that.
millionaires?
That's to the most extreme that you're going to the most extreme, and you're really dealing mainly in the entertainment field. We're
I
talking
ain't even
about
talking about
millionaires.
them. I,
No,
I
but
wasn't even talking
hold on,
about
millionaires across the board of the world. You're not gonna
them.
be able to say that because it's already such a small percentage of them. It's a small. We're in the single digits of the world's population that have millions in network liquid cash. And then
Mm-hmm.
the people who do the craziest of things are usually billionaires, which is now a point of a percentage of the world's population. So this is why I say we cannot blame the fire for what these people do. What they do with their money is what they do with their money. You could change the world with your billions. There are
Right.
people that have changed the world. They're not sickos. They're not depressed. They somewhere right now with their feet up, their family taken care of. And you know what's funny? We're using the same things that they made as we sit on this doggone phone. Because at the end of the day, if you have something valuable, this is why I believe we never had to worry about slavery like that as black people again. Because capitalism trumps all. It trumps all and it will trump Trump. Trump will never beat money. Trump will never be the mother having to put food on her table. At the end of the day, money talks and all the BS walks. Whether that means we make our own crypto, they got African crypto out now. You can do
Yeah.
whatever you need to do. We got knowledge. So while Trump is in and all the knowledge we've gained and experienced from COVID and all that, what excuse do we have? What we gonna say? Oh, we didn't know better? Please, bro. We know better. We know better. That's why I'm on it. I'm on it. If we don't take accountability, if people ain't listening to that and getting that feeling, Trump should not scare you. You should scare you more than he scare you. Because at the end of the day, he does not dictate how well you do in life. When Israel got on here, he said, I ain't even know I ain't go to work. That's the type of mindset we gotta have. Because at the end of the day, we're living in an abundance period. It's gonna come in, but if we don't open up our bucket and take what we need to take, when the well dry up and everybody got put on the game, like crypto. Remember when we
Right.
was at I was graduated from high school when crypto was like $1 too. Imagine if I would have got on game when the dudes who
Dang.
played Naruto in my class, the dudes who played Naruto was talking about it. And I'm sitting there looking at them like they less than me. Whole time that could have changed my life because I thought I knew something. I thought I knew something. I feel like it's the same way with this election, bro. Let's just see how it plays out. Take what we can as a community and as an American people. You ain't gotta go play their game. You just sit there and you just do what you need to do in order to get your house in order.
Well, I know you was talking about you mentioning the whole crypto money and all of those things and the African coins and all of these things that they're doing. Did y'all hear about Trump saying he's gonna put a tariff tax on bricks?
Yeah, I think I seen something like that. He was saying the tariff or saying like I think I was reading his Twitter, Trump's Twitter. He was saying that like they kind of sort of out indebted to us like the other countries, and he'll make sure like the BRICS doesn't happen. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. So
Yeah, I heard about that as well.
he was like the idea that BRICS countries are trying to move away from the dollar while we stand by and watch is over. We require a commitment from these countries that they will neither create a new BRICS currency nor back any other currency to replace the mighty US dollar, or they will face 100% tariffs. and should expect to say goodbye to selling to the wonderful U.S. economy. They can go find another sucker. There is no chance that the BRICS will replace the US dollar in international trade, and any country that tries should wave goodbye to America. That's what he tweeted on the 30th of last month, 6 p.m. Yeah. So, he up there popping his stuff, saying what he gonna say. So, Trump is Trump. We're gonna see, if that stick and stay, But we
You
gonna
think
see. I
about
mean,
though,
it'd be nice for company, other countries to make their own system, but that would either strengthen America or weaken us down, water us down for a lot of reasons. But
are we still trying to get to that one world bank thing that they've been trying to get us? As the whole new world order thing that we could
I
talk
thought
about
that was
too.
what crypto was about, or Bitcoin. I thought
Do you
one of
believe
these
that
new
they're gonna
things.
try their best to make sure that we all have the same type of currency? I believe that's very hard to try to get that passed.
I
They should
think
have a
crypto made it.
universal. I mean, if that was universal, it up. Oh, excuse me. Inobtainable. If it was universal and obtainable, because it's like one crypto or one Bitcoin is like 67 something $1,000. It's like I can't afford that unless I saved everything. Mhm. And
Yeah,
just
but
got
see,
a free way to work and stuff like that, and didn't have to pay bills.
that's why y'all. I feel like I think crypto made it to where the game got a little fairer. Um, I don't think it's necessary to jump out of a cart that weighs a million
Hmm.
tons going down. What's that, like a 60% slope? I don't think it's necessary to try to jump out and stop a train like that. You ain't gonna stop it. You're not gonna stop it. This currency thing has been in the roll for generations. This is why I'm taking the approach to stop trying to be the guy who's the hero and say, no, no, you're gonna get ran
Mhm.
over. It's not gonna work. I'm not saying give
Mhm.
up, but you gotta get in the game. So the game is showing us, okay, we all go to work. If you're making money, you're making a few dollars here. We know you got money to get into what you need to, and you have the knowledge now, and you have the ability to get the knowledge if you don't have it because you have your phone. Everybody probably much got a phone.
Right.
There's no excuse. Everybody got Cash App. There's no excuse. Everybody got apps. There's no excuse. What's the problem we dealing with is that all of the excuses are starting to get taken away, and then the person in the mirror got to face the facts. So, if even if there is a battle between currencies, there's no reason we should not benefit from it. There's no reason. The only reason we wouldn't benefit is because we chose not to invest into ourselves and what we see is happening. They've given us everything. You can buy Bitcoin on your Cash App if you need to. You ain't got to be internet savvy. This is why I had to think that way. I one day downloaded the Coinbase app, and I'll never forget this. I looked at it. I looked at it. This was back in high school, y'all. Y'all gonna want to cry a little bit. It
Hmm.
made me a little emotional. I looked at it. I said, nah, I'll do that later. Now, if I would have put 20, $30, which I had hundreds of dollars. Okay. I had a good job in high school. If I would have taken the time to invest into something that's an idea, my life would be so different right now. This is back when Bitcoin hadn't reached $1. My life would be different. I didn't know COVID was coming. I didn't know these things. We don't know what's gonna happen. There could be a black swan event. The only thing we can do is get more information and align ourselves with what we see. The glass is half full and it's half empty. It's up to you what happens to the rest. But I think Solomon and Israel, I think we finna go into a golden age. Because if Trump comes in, he gonna make some mistakes. But once that 2-3 year hit, I think that's when the ball really gonna go get to going. Because what are we thinking about now? Who's the next candidate? if the money train coming, who's gonna kick the money train coming? And
Right.
I understand him putting tariffs on these things, or he's not gonna really do it. This is a negotiation tactic. This dude is from New York. They say the most wildest things in order to get your attention, just like he did with Mexico, because he got
Right.
Mexico attention now. Now he got their attention. The president stopped 2 caravans heading to America. See, she wasn't doing that before. So sometimes you gotta go in like they need that for the Bears. They need somebody to say, look, y'all either gonna get it together or y'all gonna learn the hard way. Now you may just be bluffing, but they don't need to know that. Trump
Right.
is playing. He ain't playing chess. He playing poker. He putting big bets out and he calling out all of the fish. Because at the end of the day, our money is still great. It don't matter how much debt we get into. We control the strongest military, if not that, one of the strongest militaries. And the United States has the ability to knock out anybody currency if they really had to. But of course, we don't want that to happen. So I see him coming in there with his chest poked out. He coming in there like, look, y'all been screwing us over. And they have been. They've been screwing, bro. When I say they've been screwing us over, Solomon and Israel, we all of us own property and cars in America. We all, when we went to the dealership, when you went and got your motorcycle, we all put a tax down on that vehicle.
Right.
This is our money too. So they steal from us too.
Mm.
Don't matter your color. That's why it hits home all the way down to your last little cent. It's gonna hit home. He started telling these companies, okay, y'all want to keep having y'all car manufacturers go other place? No problem, 100% tariffs. Yeah, because when we go to the dealership, I gotta spend $100,000 to get a decent pickup truck. Now you tell
Right.
me that makes sense. It don't. Why would y'all do the people who've been taking care of y'all all this time that dirty? They can't even get a decent pickup truck without dropping 6 figures. Something gotta happen. Something's got to happen.
I agree with you. I just want to make sure that the conversation goes beyond just the dollar, because that's what a lot of people are complaining about, is that people wanted Trump just for another stimulus check. What if we don't ever get one? What is that?
That's the thing.
Does that define his presidency because he didn't
We
give
should,
out another stimulus check?
if Trump don't even make it to office, he's done enough. Because when them damn stocks went up the next day, imagine how many of our black grandparents who've been working they behind off for years got a chance to actually look into their account and see it ain't in the negative no more for all the hard work they put in. So even if he never makes it and he just dropped off the face of the earth, he has done something. Because ain't no way. When I went to my phone and I saw all them greens the day after the election, I'm not old enough to have that much money into them accounts. But I got grandparents, and I know some people that probably got some grandparents that work their butt off, and they have been looking at their pensions trying to figure out what they going to do when they retire. What are they going to do? So now he's showing, hey, when people trust me because the market said, hey, we finna make some money. So I get you. I understand people being concerned that it's not just the money. But at the end of the day, everything else y'all talking about is gonna always go back to the money. It costs money to flush your toilet. Cause if your water bill ain't paid, you can't flush your toilet. The simplest things in life. This plays into the mental factor too. The depression, the suicide rate, the school shootings. People are too sad right now, bro, and it usually starts with the uncomfortable living lifestyle. You can't even go to Whole Foods because the Whole Foods cost too much money. But then you want to tell me, oh, it's more than the money. No, it's not, bro. I'm telling, not you, Solomon, but I'm telling these people, it's not more than the money. Your food, your healthy food to feed your children should not make you wonder if you're gonna be able to pay your rent next month. And once we get that handled, then we can talk about all the other stuff. But it's no reason you should be trying to figure out how you gonna feed your baby if the food stamp check don't come on. No, I don't want another stimulus check. He can do what he got to do. Be a man, run the country. We grown. We know what to do after that.
Go to work, get the money.
That's how I feel about it.
Well,
That's how I feel
I
about
feel
it.
like those people. Nah, I hear you. I hear you, Luke. I feel like those people are just really being sore losers, just like Drake is.
Ooh!
Y'all, Drake is being a sore loser.
That's because they
Drake
used to
is
call
suing
him on the
Universal
cell
Music
phone.
Group. Drake, Drake is suing Universal Music Group and Spotify,
And
accusing them of
Spotify.
collaborating. Yeah, accusing them of collaborating to artificially boost the popularity of Kendrick Lamar's "Not Like Us" diss song. Y'all, if if I don't even know how to start this off because I'm so flabbergasted. I've never in my life seen somebody sue somebody because they lost a rap beef.
He making us light
And
skinned,
all the
man. Like for
disrespectful
real.
stuff,
Mhm.
out of all the disrespectful things that has been in history of rap beef, you got Tupac hit him up. The way the song start off is so disrespectful. He said, "You think?" He said, "You think you call yourself a player, but I effed your wife." Come on now, you said this on us. The whole world about
No
to
That's
hear
his
that you
song
respect.
start
said that
off.
you had sex with my wife.
That's how the first verse start off, y'all.
Yeah,
That's
that's
how the
wild.
first verse start off. Then you have No Vaseline by Ice Cube going at his group and the management in his group. Y'all, I don't know if y'all seen Straight Outta Compton, but the way that he said y'all being handled by by the record label and that manager. They raping you out of all of those the money and all of the royalties that you're supposed to have. He
Mm.
had to diss his own crew because they didn't believe him. Him and Easy E was not cool after that.
I bet they wasn't.
You, you got songs like Ether with Nas going in on Jay-Z.
Jay-Z probably didn't listen to that at all. At some point, some people, you just don't give them attention that they seeking for. Eventually, what they
But that's
say.
one of the
What did
best diss tracks of
Meek
all
Mill say?
time.
Brackets. There's different brackets. I'm sure if you
Oh
made a
no, not
diss
during that
of
time,
Bill
bro.
Gates, I'm sure if you
Hold
made
on, not during that time. That was years ago.
years ago.
That
Yeah,
was years ago,
I
bro.
know that's an old record,
Nas
but
and Jay
still.
Z was nah, bro.
Yeah.
During that time, they was here. There wasn't nobody was that far or this far. Nah, they was here. That's why when it came out, it shocked everybody. One of the most disrespectful diss tracks of all time. You got Eminem going in. Everybody was going at Eminem because he was a white boy. He went in on everybody. There has
Yeah.
been different diss tracks. It was
Yeah,
a
he
diss
went in
track
on
between him and
everybody.
Mariah Carey.
Cause why you going against Mariah? Like what? That's crazy.
That's why she made that song. Why are you so obsessed with me? So
Hmm. That's
there has
crazy.
been in history of different diss tracks that people have bobbed their head to, and they was like, this is great. This is good music. Even with him against Meek Mills, that back to back. I'm going back to back. Everybody was singing this song. Nobody had a problem with you dissing Meek Mill. Nobody had a problem with you going against Pusha T.
What
But
was his
because Kendrick Lamar,
what was the Pusha T diss track? Which one was it?
I gotta look. I forgot the names of the Pusha T ones, but that happened because of Kanye West.
Is that a world tour or your girls tour? Man.
He was going in, but now when it gets to Kendrick, all of a sudden you gotta turn into now your other side come out, your white side come out, your Jewish side come out. Well, now you want
It's
to
his
put
light
lawyers
skin
into
side.
this.
His light skin side.
You want to put lawyers into this now? I don't understand. This is a sore loser to me. I have just lost whatever little respect I had left for Drake is gone. And the reason why I'm saying it's gone because ain't no way you should be bringing lawyers into a rap beef and nobody got seriously hurt. Now you could talk about defamation of
Defamation of
character
character.
and all of that stuff, but we don't think you a pedophile. Nobody said like, you know what, Drake is he one of them. Nobody's saying this.
Yeah.
Kendrick said it in the song, but that don't make it gotta be true.
They gonna start looking into it. I'm sure they gonna start looking into it. That's probably why he mad and listening to it and like, yo, if this ever gets into the wrong ears, somebody's gonna hear this and he's gonna have to account for that. So
That's crazy. I just did, like I said, you have been in multiple rap beefs before, and because you beat one person, you beat Meek Mill, you lost to Pusha T, and you got buried by Kendrick Lamar. Now that all of this is happening, you want to say, see, he's slick with it. He really want to sue Kendrick, but he can't get to him. So what he did is he went after the label. He's suing the label, and then how you gonna bring Spotify into this?
Because
you talking about it's bots.
Pushed
Oh, the bots are pushing the song.
Yeah,
It was popular before.
You're right. Yeah. He doing a light skin move. That's a light skin move right there. Now I want to go into something deeper, Solomon, because as Luke, as our viewership and subscribers probably have learned, where there is a story, I'm gonna get the deep side of the story. Just like with TD Jakes, how I spoke about what he dealing with. When I see certain people who are in limelight make decisions, I always ask myself, what else is going on in their life that's making them reactionary? And Drake is very reactionary right now. But with a little bit of research, as a doctor should, I found out Drake is also being pulled in a small way, but in a big way, depending on what happens. Now, this is a disclaimer. The case is still going on for the rapper XXX. What was it? How you pronounce the last part? He was killed in 2018. Um, they shot him. He was in the
extension.
BMW just extension.
Yeah.
Drake is now being pulled into that case because the killers of the case are now trying to get another trial, more fair trial, because they're saying there is more information that's coming out. Why do I say this? When Drake gets phone calls like that, because he got that phone call from his lawyer. Hey, they bringing you up in this murder case because y'all two had a beef. And what did that rapper say a few hours before he was killed? If I die, Champagne did it. And we know who Champagne
Champagne
is. We
Poppy.
know. We know who Champagne Poppy is. So I looked at this situation with Kendrick. Like I said, I always
Wait,
ask
what was
myself,
this
what's
interview?
really
I ain't
going
see
on?
that.
Oh, brother. Oh. See, you don't never know how a man's house is falling until you start looking at the whole tree. This is
Wait,
recently
but hold on,
because
wait. The ex said that?
no, yes, this was back.
That
They
I
discovered
ain't.
that. They discovered that when because it was always a thing, but it kind of got swept under the rug with Drake. Migos kind of took a lot of the limelight of the beef.
Oh, I remember. Okay, go ahead. Because they was
So you
talking
see
about
how
stealing
you see,
flows. They was
and
talking about the
now
stealing the
Kendrick,
people copying the flows. Okay.
right now Kendrick then came out and then did this to him, and then on top of this, Drake ain't him and his team, they ain't comfortable. Because you can have all the power and the money in the world, but once your skeletons start coming, especially with that level, these guys are dangerous at times because they got money. So I feel that this is a attention thing. He's trying to push attention to certain things. He feels some kind of way because he got body bagged, and ain't no, and the grave is definitely gonna hold him if he constantly keep acting like a light skinned dude. I mean, come on, dude, you making us look bad. You sitting here trying to sue him because he. I mean, we gonna forget about that
Wait,
by
you
next
said
year,
making
guys.
y'all look bad. You light skinned, Luke?
I'm caramel. I'm almost there. They ain't gonna call me Chocolate Thunder. They ain't gonna call me that. So I'm close to the light. I'm close to the caramel light skin. He making us look bad. He making all them light skin boys, the real light skin ones look bad because how you gonna sue the label because you want to bring no, you lost. It's okay. In the next 5 months, somebody else gonna be on the chopping block. But Drake is gonna mess up. If he keep going down this road, he gonna mess up his career like this because it only takes the people to see you as weak for you no longer to be number one. And he's starting to look real weak by the way he's taking these jabs. It's a jab. You got body bagged. Go make another album and sell another billion. Come on, bro. You gonna make a lot of money and everybody gonna forget about it. Move on
Yeah,
with it.
a lot of people in the music world right now are saying that he's committing basically career suicide. Like this is it for him. He's basically on his way out. I guess he sees the writing of the wall that his career is probably finishing up, and he wants to go out on on his terms instead of letting Kendrick end him. I guess he going. I guess he ending himself. I don't know about that. I'm just gonna say like, yo, this is something that he got whooped. It's okay. Like you've been hot since 2010. So this is 24 years, Drake, that you have been on top and have been stealing people flows, been doing all types of stuff that we don't know about, you know what I'm saying? Because we're not in that inner circle. You've done your thing. It's everybody has that little bit of time where they great and they getting millions of just dumped into their front yard, and then it starts to kind of trickle down. It's every music career, unless you
Except
a
for Snoop
gospel
Dogg
singer or an R&B singer,
or Snoop Dogg.
which he kind of
If
is.
Snoop,
Your career don't go all the way until you 70 years old like the rest of them. You're not Tina Turner. You're not Aretha Franklin. You're not Janet Jackson. You're not um, Mariah Carey. You're not these singers where it's like this longevity of music is well into basically until these people pass. And he needs to understand rap ain't like that because rap isn't as universal as people want it to be. Not just yet. People love singing and sounds of a beautiful voice more than rhymes. And that's just the industry fact. Rapping is a much shorter career than singing. Unless you part of the Wu-Tang clan and the people who make some really good hip hop, because there's a difference between hip hop and rap. Drake don't have one of the points in Kendrick's dissing of him. Drake just don't have that identity. Drake just don't have that identity, and he needs to accept that while he's been rapping, he has always been hopping on other people's things. He's been stealing people's flows, and he's
So,
only been this popular because of the machine behind him. He had Cash Money Records, Young Money Records, Lil Wayne pushing him. That's why he's been such a big mogul. Why he's been hot this long. This is actually amazing work. From like 2010, 2012 to now, that's a long time for Drake to be relevant. And he's just a rapper. What you was gonna say, Israel?
I was gonna say, well, that's what Kendrick said. He kind of in this. I think it was Not Like Us, where he was like, basically, you go and colonizing something of that nature, stealing people flows, and then I say he versatile, really versatile, and that'll make your longevity in the music career,
He's
the music
versatile
industry.
by copying other people.
Well, he been able to do it, and it's been working, so he gonna stay relevant.
I
Yeah, but
don't know
see,
if
it
he's
only
gonna stay
works so
relevant.
long.
That's a whole different conversation. I don't know if he's gonna stay relevant, yo.
It only works so long. Once that generation gets tired of you, and the next thing, the next great thing, come on. I think that's it for him. And see, instead of him building up another artist, which is really what he needs to be working on now, you need to be in Floyd Mayweather mode. Okay, you ain't finna be in there forever.
Smart
You
man.
need you a Javante tank. You need a tank in your life because you can always say, no matter if you ever make another song, I built him. And that's what you're
Hmm.
supposed to do when you've gained knowledge and you've gained wisdom. So, like I say, I think Kendrick was just having fun with. Let's be honest, Drake to me kind of taking it a little too serious. He having fun. This is what the game is about. Y'all make
Right,
money by having beef. We know this,
right.
and y'all beef was lightweight compared to other beef in this industry. That was lightweight. It just was very funny because it was Kendrick that did it, and Kendrick got a flow that makes it just very entertaining. But all things fade. At the end of the day, they're gonna fade away, and it's gonna be another thing. If he was really that mad, he should have got in the studio, or he should have got somebody in the studio and started working with
Right.
them. To me, that's how you. This is why I say
His
Snoop Dogg.
his
They,
last
they need to
his
follow Snoop
once
Dogg plan.
He got that Cali flow. That's what it is.
now once he did that Not Like Us, Drake responded to that, and it was mostly like I'm not a pedophile. Like that's the whole song
Hmm.
was like stop calling me that. And so because of
Imagine when he
that,
heard it.
What was the
but
response
but no,
song?
but because of yeah, what is it called? He had a
Unforgettable.
response to that.
I mean, it's forgettable because it wasn't memorable.
Well, it's
It doesn't.
forgettable because
It wasn't memorable. He got
he
ate
killed
up by
himself.
Kendrick.
Yes, he got ate up,
Like, yo,
and
everybody remembers number
his
one. Nobody
yeah
remembers number two
yeah
or the third.
his response. If he would have came back with a bop and just was like mentioned it one time, like yeah, I ain't a pedophile, and then just kept going back at him,
That's
Left it
then
alone.
stupid.
I think that it would have kept going. I think it would have kept going, but because the whole song was a slow beat, and he just was like it was more like he was trying to prove his innocence instead of going back at
Yeah.
that Kendrick
Yeah, that's
like you got
stupid.
me
Like,
you got
yo,
me
so
effed up.
you, like, so maybe it is true because why this whole song about not being a pedo? You up here explaining
He don't want
yourself?
to
Basically,
be.
Like, what?
He
yes, he
don't
was
want to be
explaining
another.
himself.
He don't want to be another diddler. He said, hell
Yeah,
no, it's too much going on right
yeah,
now.
mini deadly.
So
They
he
call
like,
him
he
mini
like, nah,
champagne
man.
poppy.
Yeah, he
Man,
like, nah, man. And that's why I say, y'all, one thing we gotta do in life, we have to look at the whole picture. When I seen that situation with that rapper coming back again, he's still a person. Stress is real. And you can have all the money in the world, but once you go against the courts, oh, it's a whole nother game. So these are things that he knows about in his inner circle and in his personal life that I think plays a part into how he responds to things like Kendrick Lamar. This is still in the back of his head, and it could be other things as well. That's just something that we can actually, as the public, say it's an actual court case with his name in it. It's actually going on right now. And his lawyers, I bet you, are trying to do everything they can to keep him out of that whole situation. Because these three dudes didn't fold down and just go and serve their time, they didn't throw a whole spin ball on the whole operation. So if we find out who hired them, if we find out any of this stuff, and it has to do with one of these high level celebrities, it's gonna be mainstream news. This was another celebrity rapper that was murdered in cold blood. And the one thing the last name that he mentioned before he was murdered was Drake. I'm sorry, sir. The
And
court's not gonna just be like, oh, we're not gonna look at that. They gonna check into that in some kind of way. They gonna make some phone calls to see, hey,
I
what was
didn't
that
even know
about?
that even started. I ain't heard nothing about that. That's something else going on.
I
Did
seen
this
all of
happen after he filed the lawsuit to UGM? or did is
No,
UMG, or did
no,
this
the no. He
this was
this
before the
was before.
lawsuit?
This was before. His name has
That's
always been
crazy.
in
I
this
didn't hear
case.
no news about
No,
that.
Drake name been in this case since that dude was killed. The thing was his name was swept under because the Migos took a lot of the heat for that because they were actually beefing. So prosecutors were looking and investigators were really looking into the Migos. Drake name was brought up because of because of the tweet that he made. When he made that tweet saying, "Hey, if something happened to me, boom, 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 this who did it," it just kind of made him noticeable. I don't think Drake would have been in any of this if it wasn't for him saying that and then actually being murdered in the next 2 hours. Like, come on, any detective is gonna say we need to investigate Drake and see what was going on. So I'm pretty sure they did all of this and it probably was swept under. The issue is that the guys who committed the murder are now saying, hold on, y'all, we don't want to get blamed with everything. It's stuff we ain't mentioned. We willing to cooperate now. Y'all talking about giving us a lot more time. And they now are flipping it, saying they want another trial. So they want to bring out some more information. Again, like I say, it's got to be something his team know about. And as a man who's in charge of his empire that big, you see what's happened to Diddy. They all learning a lesson. Get your get your house in order because they don't care about how much money you got no more. They coming for you, as they should, because you can't keep doing dirty stuff and then thinking it's okay because you got money and you famous. We not finna
Right.
again. We ain't finna tolerate that. That gotta stop. So we gonna see though, because he's innocent until proven guilty, in my opinion.
Well, the next artist that he actually is backing is called Party Next Door. He is signed to Drake's label, and he has an album coming out. But I think Drake just really killed his sales by doing this right now. He does have an album coming out and Drake has to promote it because he signed to his label. But I don't know if anybody's gonna buy it. So he just killed
You
his
sound
own
like you was in
artist.
the boardroom. You
I
sound like
mean,
you was in the
I've listened
boardroom,
to
Solomon.
I listen to Party Next Door. I like Party Next Door. He got some good stuff.
He do. He do.
I'm just I'm just thinking, like, as a business, like, I'm just thinking, like, what as a CEO, because like I say, he's suing companies. He really want to sue Kendrick, but it's like, for what? What can that be grounds upon, like a lawsuit? Because he said something in a rap song, you can't use that in court.
Yeah, you can.
No, not all of it. Hey, check that law
Ain't
out,
nobody.
Israel.
You
They
ain't
don't
see, boy.
because
You ain't.
you can always say it's cap. You can say I'm an artist. I'm just
Artist.
performing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, but
not even my song. Actually, it was written by somebody else.
they use a lot of Young Thug's lyrics in that court case.
And you see how he got up out of there, right?
Luckily, but still, they still used it. They be listening. They listen.
They listen, and some of that stuff just don't be working.
Yeah, because
Some of
most
that
of it
stuff
do be
don't be
capped.
working.
We know most of the rappers be capping anyway. Unless
Unless
you
it
talking about some
directly
real.
aligns with the crime, you can't prosecute him. Like, okay, the reason why Bobby Shmurda went to jail from that line, he said, Mitch just caught a body about a week ago. Somebody named, however that circle went, somebody died. And they put two and two together because it was from his camp. He knows somebody named Mitch. Mitch is a suspect already, or they was already investigating that crime. You basically just gave me evidence to
And
use
then
to find the
against you.
killer. So now I'm finna go find Mitch, whoever in your camp. Now I'm finna question Mitch. I'm finna run all the forensic ballistic evidence on the guns and whatever else you got in your possession, because I can do that as an officer of the law. Now your bullets are now attached to this crime scene. So now all y'all going to jail.
That's how it works.
And then what's that? YN Melly, they still got him in jail because of his lyrics. Murder on
He's
my
still in there? I
mind.
thought he was out. Was he
He's
out?
still up in there. Murder on my mind. Mind on my murder. Who else they put it? They didn't got for their lyrics.
He still got to go to trial.
Yeah, they've been pushing his stuff back, pushing it back, but still they got him in there because of his rap lyrics.
Yeah, it'll definitely get him the
And Lil
proceedings and
Durk,
evidence.
rap lyrics. Come
Yeah, but
on
I think they
now,
got a little something heavy over there.
Was it Dirk?
I
Was
think
it
that's
Dirk
something
rap
heavy.
lyrics?
Durk,
Nah,
his rap
it.
lyrics.
What did he say in the rap about that though? I don't remember him saying. Well,
No,
I think it
somebody
They gonna
was.
find it.
snitched.
They
No, no,
gonna
no, no,
find it.
no. Remember, somebody snitched. His homie snitched on him. Remember, we talked about this. His homie snitched on him. That's why he
With the
got jammed
wire,
up.
with the wire.
Yeah, with the
But
wire
still,
and
the
his
last
chain,
case, the case
which is
him and
diabolical,
yeah.
man. that's diabolical
That's
work right there. If
dirty.
you FBI, like, yeah, hey, put this chain on. We got the wire in there. Don't worry about nothing. We can hit everything with this chain. That's crazy
Yeah.
work.
Dang.
They getting smart.
Man, Durkio, I mean Smirk. Smirk is getting out of the game. He got a song like that. Smirkio. I
They got
I
mess
got a
with
they
Dirks,
got
video for
man.
y'all
Dirks,
real quick.
that's my man's, man. That's my cousin. Everybody in
I
Chicago,
seen.
we cousins.
Yeah, you probably is related. Ain't you somewhere down that line? Ain't you
No,
somewhere?
I
it
mean,
was a
we know
thing that
him as the. My bad. Go ahead. What you saying?
no, it was a line, but that's
What you say?
it was a line that who was it? Chance the rapper said he was up there like ask anybody from my city, we cousins. Everybody in Chicago cousins. Like that's my cousin, but that ain't really my cousin, but I'm gonna say that's my cousin.
We know some people.
Anyway,
I mean,
yeah,
as
yeah.
we don't put
You,
our business on the internet, but we know some people. We know some real
yeah.
steppers in O Block.
I got a cousin that look like Dirt. You know, all he need is some dreads and yo, put the hat on. Got the eyes bucked like him and everything.
Man, when you look at it, I was looking. I was on my phone. They had I seen a reel, and they had. I think these dudes was like in India talking about some free dirt, free dirt. I'm like, man, he got people all over the world talking about free dirt.
Yeah.
But when you look at him, I mean, to me, sidebar conversation. To me, he looked like his family. I mean, they got that round face. Like they got that. Like the Banks got like a round face. So it's like you kind of, when you look at him long enough outside of the jury, mind you, he got money, so he you know
Right.
he's gonna always got that appearance. But you can still kind of see it. You can see it that the industry ain't changed them that much to where you can't see the genealogy and they relate and the relatives in their family.
Right.
How they still kind of got that I see it in the face most of the time, you know.
Yeah.
Let me show y'all this video because you was going in with that Africa talk, and I liked it. So this make me think about we gotta bring the real Pan African representative.
You finna bring the Prince of Pan African in.
Oh snap! I know it ain't who I think it
We
is.
gotta bring.
And it is.
All right, let me go ahead and play it.
Emotionally damaged people are always sexually promiscuous. Let me say this again. If you are traumatized, if you are emotionally damaged, you are promiscuous. And do you want to know why?
Why is that?
Emotionally traumatized people require constant validation from others.
Mm.
You married to a woman who's been traumatized, abuse, abandonment, whatever. When you're not around her for too many days, she has to entertain another man because her trauma dictates constant validation. And constant validation means I must have a man in my personal space. You ever date a woman who was crazy about you? She absolutely loved you, so you thought. It was really addiction. Yeah. When you finally let her go, when you finally got her to stop stalking you, she ended up with another man like that. And your ego took a hit. You said, wait a minute. I know that woman was crazy about me. Climbed in my window, came to my... You understand? She was she was crazy about your presence in her life. And the minute you distance yourself from her life, she found a replacement without a problem. Emotionally damaged people are promiscuous because they cannot go without constant validation. Emotionally damaged.
Ooh. Dr.
That's
Umar
tough.
then turned into the doctor mode.
That's tough.
Dr. Umar then did the doctor mode for us, y'all. So we gonna go to the Ask the Pharaohs segment because
That's tough.
that was some heavy. That was some heavy. So, fellas, how y'all want to dissect this clip from Dr. Umar talking about emotionally damaged individuals?
Man, he just made me think and go into a place here where he was like that last one we was talking about the girl that was crazy about you, which I recently had a relationship like that. I'm like, yo, no, she wasn't. She was crazy about your existence in her life. Kind of makes me want to go and see if she got another man now, but ain't no way
Oh,
for
wait,
me
hold
to
on.
do
Don't do
that.
it, brother. Hold on. Don't do it. Don't do that.
Ain't look, cause Shorty was crazy about me. So it seems. But I'm like, yo, I mean, it ain't no way for me to figure out what Shorty at. She didn't block me on social media or don't have different accounts. She got different accounts and things of that nature. But who knows? She might got another dude. I don't know. But emotionally damaged people being promiscuous. I'm like, man. Made me try to think, am I emotionally damaged here? But I don't need to have a female in my presence all the time to be validated. So he put a lot on my mind with that.
What you gotta say to that, Boo?
I was looking in my vehicle. Dr. Umar is a very tall man, so I don't know if this bag would be able to fit him because I'm finna body bag him
Never.
real quick. So this is the issue I have, and this is why I feel like he's starting to run out of content. He's starting to run out of stuff to talk about. First off, let's look at the same person who's talking about this. Now, is he on to something? Yes. Is he talking about something new? Absolutely not. If that's the case, we can go back to Kevin Samuels if we want to really do that. I feel like there's a lot of validation to what he's saying. The issue is that he generalized that too much. I'll give you an example. And actually, I'll use his examples, which to me were horrible examples. The reason you were able to use the woman like that is because women naturally desire a man. They naturally do. Just because your woman miss you because you've been gone for 5, 10 days, don't mean that she has a lust issue or she has abandonment issues. That's not really what it means. What he's talking about is how they handle it. So I can't disagree with him that a woman is wrong if she handles her husband or her mate being away from her a long time by going and entertaining another man. That's absolutely wrong. I get that. But I don't believe that has anything to do with the abandonment issues. And let me tell you the reason I feel that way. If a woman is seeking attention and she's a good woman, she's a good wife or whatever, and her husband isn't able to give her the attention never goes away. What the issue is that the woman finds other things to fill the attention. All women are going to seek attention when they're in a relationship. So how are they now bad? Well, how do they now got trauma? No, they don't. They ain't got no trauma. Those are extreme situations. But in a general sense, and I'm only doing this because that's the example he used. He used the easiest example because it's easy to say that about women because as feminine women, that's a part of their natural nature. So it's easy to say, "Ha, look at that," because they do that and something's wrong with them. Dude, you ain't even married, bro. Let's be real.
Why he ain't
And I
married? That's a
and
good question to ask.
good, very good question. And let's also be real too. You was texting whole conscious strippers because you have desires. So this is why I feel like
Oh my
he's running,
God.
he's running out of conversations. It's not to bash him, but you got to be careful. Nowadays, if you stay in your field, you going into the relationship field, and this is you stay out of that. I don't even think you should mess with that because clearly you yourself have desires. We all have desires. Now there is a point to where it does get lustful and sickening, and that can be dealing with some trauma that they had. But I just don't like the example. I think that again, he's been a speaker since I've been a young man. I like since before I knew this world of speaking. You should know better than that. That was the worst example he could have used because it's easy to make people use that. Be like, oh, that is true. Because every time I leave, my girl calls me 6 times. She's supposed to. She love you. You're a part of her. That's your other half. What she has to know how to do is be able to accept the fact that hey, he can't do it right now. That don't mean she go deal with somebody else. That's why I say that's a whole nother subject. But to say she wrong for missing you, or to say she got abandonment issues because she missed you after being gone for 5-10 days, I would want my woman to miss me. If she don't miss me, I think there is a problem. But again, this is coming from a man that's not married. So in my mind, what do you talk like? I ain't married, so I'm not gonna put myself in no position to sit there and say some stupid stuff like that because I really don't know. That's a whole nother level of commitment when you talking about relationships. That's the only thing I had. That's why he deserved this body bag because you should know better. You should know better. Now I don't know if everybody else is gonna pick up on that like I picked up on it.
I actually agree with him. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey,
That's
So
crazy.
you gonna have to get you an extra large bag for me, cause I agree with him.
you ain't nah, you ain't gonna be in there. You ain't gonna be in there because I know what you and Israel did not do. Y'all didn't use the example that he used, and the way
Okay.
he did it to me, Solomon, just was it's reckless. What that does is it creates tension. Umar is supposed to be a content creator for families. So if a woman hears that, she gonna be like, again, now she questioning herself. She probably ain't never questioned herself before with her man. Do I have
Mhm.
issues because I miss him? No, you ain't nothing wrong with you, girl,
Okay,
because you
okay,
miss your
let's run it
man.
back though. Let's run it back real quick. The first thing he said was emotionally damaged people are promiscuous. Do you agree or disagree with just that first statement?
Emotionally damaged people are promiscuous. I agree with that. I agree.
Okay, so this is why I'm saying like I agree with him on that part because we know that some people who have been molested and traumatized in youth either grow up two ways. Either they grow up and be exactly what happened to them, which is a predator, or they grow up to be hypersexual.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is why he used the word promiscuous. If you are damaged emotionally at a time in your growing and your development into adulthood, if you are mistreated in a way, especially sexually, you're going to be promiscuous because you're still trying to figure out, especially if you ain't go to therapy or nothing, you're trying to figure out if that situation was even your fault. So you going back and forth like, did I do something? Was this me? You internalize it. Then outside of internalize it, and you want to blame everybody else, you externalize it, then it's what? It's a big fight. It's a big you're angry at the world. Anybody can get whatever come out your mouth, you're gonna give it to whoever that's listening. Who's ever close to you, you might damage that relationship. Brother,
That's wild.
sister, cousin, whoever it is. There's two ways you usually go when you are not emotionally in tune connected, or mature to deal with certain things in your life. So I agree when emotionally damaged people do some weird things, and they can go into a lot of hypersexual things / promiscuity. Just like I know a person, we know a lot of people. I know growing up, different people. We black men growing up here in America. Not all of us were in huge populated areas where it's, you know, the rich and famous. I grew up on the south side of Chicago. I know personally different people, women and men, who have been touched, and that they are so loose with themselves. Like they come across, like when you meet them, they the sweetest people. Like when you really think about it, and I don't know this, I'm gonna just speak for myself. There's people that I know, they the sweetest people, but they cannot control none of their sexual urges.
Dang, that's crazy.
They can't control none of they, like not even a little bit. Like it might not even be a thing that's clicking to them that they don't want to do it. They'll do it just to feel validated and accepted by whoever is supposedly trying to show them love.
That's true.
They might try to give people sex, and that's not even what somebody is asking for.
But that's the only thing they know, what they think that they're good at. Or yep, I agree with you, Solomon. The way you worded that, I would have expected that to come from Umar. Umar didn't even come from that way. That's why I had to address the clip. That's what I said. I'm not disagreeing with that. But as a content creator, as a person who's a speaker, you have to know how to properly present things. Now, the way he should, because you used the right example. He used a relationship example, meaning, let's say the woman's father passed away in war, and now she miss you all the time because she miss her daddy. I felt like that's, to me, a weak argument. Now, if you aiming on the instance of being touched at a young age or going through sexual trauma, this is definitely something that's been proven for many years, that these things will equate to hypersexual tensions as you get older if you don't address them, or if you don't have a mate that's able to help you maintain them, because that's really, to me, how a lot of people do. A lot of people, we probably don't even know are like that, but if they're married or they've been in a consistent relationship, this is where your partner comes into what you may need or what you may have went through. This is why I say, if you get with somebody and you know they like that and you stay with them, you know they like that. So it's something you're going to have to figure that puzzle out. That's why I say I just didn't like the example he used, because it could come off to people like I say, especially with the women, they, you don't want your woman question if because her daddy didn't get her a Barbie car. That's, you don't want her to think that way, because that's how they gonna think by the example he used. That's the only example he used in that long clip, because it's the easiest thing to say. But if he would have said what you said, 100% across the board, brother, I agree with you. It's been proven time and time again. They've done studies all throughout America that that's what that equals to, especially if it's not addressed through therapy or some kind of counseling or some kind of opening, because most of these people carry it for the rest of their lives.
Yes, it's big. It's a these are things that, like, and then also, like, when it comes to the, like, they do get to acting crazy now.
Yeah, but see, we men, we determine relationships. Women control sex, we control relationships.
That's crazy.
Oh dang, I think Solomon just went out. He probably accidentally hit the button.
Man,
Yep, that is crazy though. I mean, that's why I said Umar, bro, Israel, he making a good point. Oh, there you go. He back. What you was saying? You was out for a second.
No, go ahead. What you were saying?
No, I was just gonna tell Israel because he had just came back in,
I've been
and I
listening
agree
though.
with what you saying. Oh yeah, I agree with what Solomon's saying. It's like And it's something that definitely needs to be addressed because you don't want stuff like that to carry into your older life because it becomes harder to find a mate or somebody to build a family with because it's certain tendencies that not all people are willing to deal with. So we're gonna have to do this. We're gonna
Um,
have to do a segment one time, brothers, though, about this. We're gonna have to do a deep dive into that conversation one day.
all right, so I have like I say, my high school friend Eric Jones. He told me, he said he agreed with me earlier when I was talking. I got him in the comments right now. But I want to remember the question from earlier. I ain't forget.
Okay.
So, and I know he's driving right now, so I don't know if he'll be able to put it in the comment section, but I'm gonna go ahead and ask it. And so we were talking, and he had a question that basically was like, is there really like a cutoff, gentlemen? Like, do a man say, like how we was talking about earlier about, being able to not have a revolving door of women all the time, and we know how to, focus on God, do the fasting, do the praying, do the sacrificing, and be able to be okay to be alone at times. Eric had a question, and he said, fellas, is there a cutoff? Do men have a cutoff of how many women that they should be sleeping with or dealing with? Or like, is there a number where men be like, all right, that's enough to preserve themselves and their so-called spirituality and holiness of their temple, or we living in America where we just piling up the bodies.
Mm. Piling up their bodies is crazy.
Go ahead, Israel. You go ahead. Answer
You
this
want
question.
me to start? Oh man, I feel
Yeah.
like there is. I'm at that point, but after you've been through a lot of messy situations, a lot of uh, I guess you taking a lot of risks with different type of women and things of that nature, or you just realize that after a while, it's better to just have one, be solid with one, and because after a while, it's like, man, you're dishing your energy out to every which woman that's all different and want to do each and every whatever. But you got a whole Rolodex. Then you trying to split your time up between them, you, and the rest of the team or whatever. At the end of the day, after you done all that, you realize how much time you wasted, how much money and energy you wasted when you could have just put that into one, I'll say, or two, and or yourself, or yourself. But yeah, there's the cutoff. Once you've been in and through a lot of messy situations, you will know what they say when the time comes. You will know.
Yeah, you make a lot of great points. Um, Time period. I can't give a time period, and the reason I say that is because every man is gonna have is living a different life. They have different contexts, different dreams, different goals. They're in different diasporas. We're in the West, so in America, having women around more than one woman around you is deemed negative. In this one place, small place at that too. Everywhere else around the world is normal. Reality, we're the odd people in the world. Um, when it comes to having a lot of women around you or dealing with a lot of women, I disagree wholeheartedly that you should. I mean, I disagree with being reckless. Why ever be a degenerate? Why be reckless? Why degeneracy doesn't raise your stature as a man in this environment. It actually makes you look weak. This is when you become what we call simps because all you're thinking about is pleasing women, and you're not thinking about building yourself up. Now, in America, there are certain periods. In my opinion, in your 20s, you need to be focused on yourself, getting your finances, getting everything, learning you, understanding you so that when you walk into a serious relationship, you understand things that you have, your tendencies, and you are able to come to an agreement with the woman before y'all get serious. You're able to let her know this is who I am. You can accept it, or you don't have to accept it. But that takes you to learn who you are. By the 30s, it should kind of, to me, start be kind of it should be a thing to where it's starting to form. In reality, I don't mind if you don't really get married till about late 30s, early 40s. Because they always told us how men, we don't develop that fast. Now let's go with their narrative. Okay, let's say that's true. So by the time y'all in y'all 20s and 30s, we really kind of getting together at our 30s and 40s. Um, so I would have to say that would be my thing, when to kind of slow down on all that. In your 20s, enjoy yourself, have fun, be smart, don't be reckless and degenerate, but be smart. Don't break a lot of hearts, because they might end up stabbing you. Let's be real. We don't want them to get you, because don't break too many women's hearts. Be real, but find yourself going into
On
a
the
path where
podcast itself, because I can see you a link.
find yourself getting into an area where you're starting to narrow down from having all of these interactions with so many women, and you're narrowing down your life. Your life should begin to go into a purpose to where once you get to a certain age, you have a solid rock that you can, know will take care of everything if something was to happen to you as a man. I'm just a man. That's all I know is how to be a man. So that's what I aim to do myself. I think it's just degenerate to just be running around dealing with a whole bunch of energies, problems. Take me here. You didn't give me flowers. All this time and energy you put into yourself, putting into them, like Israel was saying. I mean, you could be putting that into yourself. So then when that real true gym come, you ready. You got your house in order. Told y'all that's all we doing in this generation. We getting our house in order. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I want y'all to let me know if y'all can hear Eric. He called me. He called in. I didn't get a chance to send him a link, but let's just see if y'all can hear him first. Y'all give me a thumbs up, and then if y'all can't hear him, I'll send him the link.
All right.
All right, Eric, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Fellas, can y'all hear Eric?
Yeah, I can hear him.
All right, they can hear you, bro. What's going on? Thank you for calling in to the Pharaohs Podcast.
So yeah, so I heard a little bit about what you said. So just a kind of fine question. It was more so of a specific number.
Okay.
Because I know females, and they always have a number that they try to stick by. Some obviously have a high. So just more so just looking on the fellas, just like you have a number specifically, like not fellas in general, but like specifically, do you have a number that you feel like if I hit this number, like let's go, I don't want to go past this because like let's say 50 or 100, like by the time I get to 100, I at least want to start with something more serious. Like, that's basically the question.
100 is crazy work.
You a player for real. You a playboy. They gonna smash you on the magazine. I think I know they probably just went out, but they gonna come back in.
That's a good question.
It is a good question. I think no, I never really thought of an actual number. I never even really thought to keep up like that. I mean, maybe I are some guys that are really players like that, that's keeping up. If they are, my hat off to them. I don't even know how they find that much time in the world, but I would say I can't think of an exact number. The only reason I say that too, Eric, is because women dictate sex. We dictate relationships. Like, so just because I've entertained a woman for a long time don't mean it's a high sexual relationship. It could be a relationship to where I've been having to take her out and do all of this stuff. So now do I count her as one of them ones? Even though there was never any sexual encounters. So I think it's kind of harder for us, which is probably why we get a little bit more lenience to that than women do. because usually the world is a little harder on women with their numbers than they are with us. I just think that's kind of like maybe I don't know. To me it seems a little unfair, but I kind of get it because like I say, they dictate the sex. Like at the end of the day, if she don't like you like that, she don't like you like that. She'll still go out to eat with you. You know, she'll hang out with you and chill with you. So now, Eric, is she one of the ones? Is she's a number? Like, I don't know. How you feel, Israel? Because that is a very interesting question. I think that's the first time I ever heard that question.
Oh man, that is a good question. I actually heard that before. One of my homies, he got something like that. Once he get to 100, I'm like, yo, that's crazy. But
It's crazy work.
yeah. He up there. He like 80 something.
Hey,
His number is 80 something.
hey.
And I'm like, yo, that's crazy. But I personally don't keep track. Like, if you keeping track, like, are you really even doing anything? Do they really count? Like, anyways, um, I stopped keeping count because that's like some, in my perspective,
How old is your
that's just
friend?
that's he 31.
God damn.
Yeah, he been out here slinging and all that good stuff. I mean, I just got other. We live, like you say, we live different lives and things of that nature. I've been doing
Right.
other things. I haven't been putting that much time. But I mean, I stopped counting after minutes. But that's like some boy type stuff and my stuff. You still on the boy stuff. You're not on the man stuff because I'm sure a man at some point he's not counting no more. It's like people who are always worried about age. Like I get in the bar, lady asks me how old I am. I'm like, I'm old enough to do everything I want to. Age don't matter no more. Like I'm old enough to do everything but retire. So either you're gonna talk to me or you're not.
I need to
That's
use
how I
that
look at
Yeah,
it.
line.
she said, I'm already in a bar, so you know
Look,
I'm grown. I
we in the
wouldn't have made
bar
it in
and we
here if I
drinking.
wasn't grown.
All right, we drinking.
Shoot.
Why does age matter right now? You gonna talk to me or you not? So
What's that line? I'm about to say that. What's that line you said? I'm old enough to do what?
I'm old enough to do. I'm old enough to do anything I want but retire.
All right,
Israel, you
bet.
ain't been out there attracting them cougars, man. You ain't putting that cougar bait out, have
Look. I'm trying to find my next Harley, man. Christmas right around the corner.
you?
uh Christmas right around the corner.
All right, Eric, you got anything else you want to
Eric, you
say?
just started something.
So let me put that same question on you. So like, let's say you at the bar, right? And like a chick walk up to you, like, look, great and all that, but like, what if she's like, I don't know, but like, say she's in her 20s, like young 20s, like, is that gonna be a factor for you? Like, at what point?
Can you repeat the
When you say,
question?
because you're at the age that you're looking for an actual relationship. Like, because if a female that's older, she obviously going to say no because she wants to be with someone that she sees a relationship with. So she wants to be with someone that's more mature. So if you were in that same time, if you're on the same time where you're trying to find someone and not really mess around, and a female comes up to you that says that she's like 22, 23, whatever, and she says the same line you said, like, well, I'm old enough to do whatever, is that enough of something for you to say you want to date that person, knowing that you're older, you know all the foolishness that happens when you're younger? Would you still entertain that person when you're looking for a relationship?
That's like going up to a woman and asking her how much she weigh. Why does it matter? Why does it like at this point in your life,
Oh,
if
you
your
gotta be
number
too something to do something, Israel. You gotta
look,
be too
look,
something to do
because it get to a point when you where you've been around so many women or just around you ain't gotta do them and stuff, but you've been around enough um age group gap where you can tell the difference in age of the woman by the way her mannerisms or the way she look, or an easy one, very easy one, because women could get away with how they look. Look at her hands. You think she too young? Look at her hands. You think she old? Look at her hands. The hands gonna tell you everything you need to know.
Facts.
You ain't even. I don't even have to ask how old they is. I know off the rip sometimes. I either look at her hands, or you can tell a mature woman. If you can't tell a mature woman by
Her
off
neck.
of the looks, You ain't been around enough mature women. You're around little girls.
And her neck too. If you got
would you entertain someone who's seeking a serious relationship? Is that something that
What was that?
well,
Solomon.
how
See, what
young?
did he say again?
He said, "Would you entertain a younger woman?" What was the rest?
it would you entertain to pursue a real relationship?
How young we talking? Cause I'm 32.
Well, like obviously, listen, I don't know, 22, 25, something, 22, 25.
Oh no, she 22. You might as well. She for the streets in this generation. Throw her back in the curb.
Good man.
Oh my god.
So like, you don't look 22, but like, you know, say, she don't look like she's like, have an older soul, but
Luke, you go ahead since you still in your 20s. Me, everybody else on this podcast in the 30s right now. So since you still the youngest one on the podcast, you gonna go ahead and get that 22-year-old or no?
Probably not. Not 22. I mean, that's something to think about. The reason it's a hard question for me is because my mind ain't even there at this age. That's something. If you was to ask me this question and I was like 36, 37, I wouldn't do 22. I would do like 26 to 29. As far as casual dating, anything serious, if I'm 37, they got to be like 28. Anything like I'm looking to make you my wife, later 20s, I would look towards that if I was older. But I mean, and then also to answer the other question Eric had asked, about if she like approach you in a way you can kind of tell, and kind of picking off on her spirit, because you said what if she got like an old kind of soul but she's still younger. I think that's something still to kind of think about, and you learn it as you talking to them. But
Right.
this generation now, you gonna really know after like the first 2 or 3 sentences, because they have a demeanor. Like every generation has a certain way, and as we getting older, it's easier to kind of pick out when somebody is younger than us and still got that mindset.
But if you
So
got,
I mean, but
oh, go ahead, go ahead.
I was just gonna end it. If she handling her business though, I mean, there are still some good women. They probably ain't gonna be at the club. You ain't gonna find them at the club. You gonna have to go somewhere wholesome. If you're gonna go down that young, go somewhere wholesome, because you got a better chance of finding a
Mm.
good wholesome woman. I wouldn't do nothing at the club, nothing at the bar, unless you just trying to have a good time, or maybe a casual dating or a new friend or something like that. But yeah, man, I see where you coming from, Eric, because it's different now. If she was that age and she had her stuff together though, I would entertain her. 23, 24, head on straight, able to articulate, carry herself as a woman. Yeah, you got my attention. You got my
Now the
attention.
Oh,
And you're beautiful. Oh,
I'm doing I'm doing 26 and up right now. I can't do nothing younger than that. These women out here is crazy.
now I'm gonna tell you this.
Can't do nothing younger than
Depending
that.
on where you at, depending on where you at, you wouldn't have to worry about
true.
those problems. So if you in like grown folk environments, you ain't got to worry about how old she is, how young she is, because most likely she'll be your age and above. But if you got to worry, unless she's the anomaly where it's the old soul hanging out where the old souls hang out. But if not, it's like if you hanging out in grown folk places, you wouldn't have to worry about how young she is. You have to worry about how old she is or where she at in life.
Man, I like them older too now. Don't get it twisted. I
I ain't
like
say I
sometimes
didn't. Well,
I
I
like
just
a
tell
little
you, I'm trying to
seasoning on
find
my
my Harley, man.
steak.
I'm trying to find my Harley.
I like a little seasoning on my steak now.
Yes, man.
Hey y'all, what did they say? Hey, what did they say? He said the riper the berry, the sweeter the juice.
Yes, man.
Hey, all, all,
No,
all I can say is they be going. They be going. I mean, and then
absolutely.
like nowadays, as long as I feel like the older women, as long as you ain't, there's some of them like them wild dudes, but like you said, Israel, if you in the environment, like put it like this, I know the type of women that's gonna be at the jazz club. I know that the type of women that's at the jazz club, the poetry night, they just different. It's nothing. They ain't better. We ain't gonna say they better. We don't want to hurt nobody feeling. They just different. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna get a different kind of conversation out of them.
Right.
Versus if I'm finna go to the juking club, I'm finna go out and it's finna be partying like it's no tomorrow. I already know what's coming with that. So my expectations are changing depending on the environment of where I'm meeting these women. If I go into a library and I see a beautiful 10, beautiful, look like a model sitting there reading a book, y'all better believe Luke is finna say something. This girl in
Hello.
here reading the book.
Like, hey, Queen,
She
what
in
you
here
reading?
reading the book. Lord, that's beautiful. Y'all know when women they sit there, they cross their legs with them glasses and they read
Hmm.
the book. You don't even see that no
They
more.
gotta have their
Like the
glasses
most you
on
see,
too.
they gotta have the glasses, bro. Gotta have.
Gotta have it.
Oh Lord.
Hey, I'm just winking right now. Y'all can't really see it, but yeah, gotta have the glasses on. And I ain't talking about just just at the library. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I'm winking. Like, yeah, keep them glasses on,
This
girl.
man. This
Eric, you
man,
done
something
started some,
different.
boy. They gonna be in tune with this episode. They gonna be like, yeah, this is what we've been waiting on. We want to know how y'all feel.
Yeah.
We definitely appreciate you, Eric, for calling in, bro, for the question for sure.
Slowly appreciate you for having me. I love what you guys are doing. Keep it up. All positive vibes over here.
For sure. Thank you. I'm gonna hit you up a little bit later.
Thank you. I love when people come and interact with us. See, they all
Yeah.
what they say. It only take 2 or 3. You feel me? Conversations, man. We talking. We enjoying life. People don't talk enough anyway. You know,
That part.
I enjoyed that, man. I love when people come in and tune in with us.
Y'all, I don't know which Empress this is. But Israel, she
I'm
said,
old enough to
I'm
do something but retire stolen.
she's
Old
still
enough
in
to
that. I
do
don't know which
everything.
Empress it is.
Oh,
I
she
don't
talking
want to say
about
the wrong Empress name.
Empress Love.
I
Who
think I
Empress
might
is
know who
that?
that is. I think I might know who that is.
There you go. Look, I'm dropping gems on this mug. Man, look, I was out somewhere. I heard a girl say something. It's some biker stuff, and I wasn't even around biker people. But after she said what she said, I'm like, she be around some biker people. I know she do. But that's Jim, straight from the prince, the world first prince himself. Old enough to do everything but retire.
Hey, I wrote that down too,
Right.
brother. I wrote that one
Now you
down
gonna
too.
talk
Oh,
to me or
bro, I'm
you ain't?
definitely gonna use that.
You gonna talk to me or you ain't?
Bro.
I'm
Man.
definitely gonna use that. So that's some free one right there. I ain't heard nothing like that before.
Yeah, that's the first one for me, bro.
Oh yeah.
We might get some subscribers from this one, y'all. I don't know. Israel, what you doing to him? What you doing to him? What y'all down there in Atlanta doing, man?
Man, I'm laying it
Oh,
down
okay.
thick.
Hey, I found out who it was. Luke.
I got a feeling I know.
Who is Empress
Empress
Love? Where's she
Empress
from?
Deborah.
I don't know
Oh,
that. Which one is that? From where?
I was off.
I don't know.
I
She should
probably
answer
lost.
it. I want her to answer this in the chat. Empress, where your church at now? I want to know. I want to see if she gonna answer it in the chat. I would put you on here, but I don't know. We kind of running out of time.
Mm.
Yeah, oh yeah, we've been in here for a minute. Y'all done got a lot of good content out of us today. Shoot.
Today was good, for sure.
We in the fourth quarter, y'all.
I'm
We
trying to see if she gonna say something on here or not.
Okay.
Go ahead. What you
Well,
saying?
if she do come in, I was gonna say, family, we getting ready. This why y'all gotta like, subscribe, tell people about us. We about to go into 2025. Y'all see, we've been consistent, trying to bring entertainment to you people, trying to bring you faces you know. You know, we down to earth, but we trying to build this thing up. And I say, keep coming with the questions, keep calling in. We love it. I've been enjoying it because it to me. We don't even know how we may change your week just by having a conversation. So I don't take it lightly that y'all enjoying this. So like I said, y'all gotta like, subscribe. Y'all gotta tell some people about the Pharaohs Podcast. Cause we coming in hard. We in the fourth quarter, but first quarter we coming strong. So that's all I got to say, man. And if not, Solomon gonna make somebody mad enough to where they gonna come in anyway. Solomon gonna be pissed. Either him or
But
Israel.
yeah,
Hey, Eric,
we
funny
didn't
you said
come.
he talking about Buck retire and the Kawhi Leonard laugh. He's like,
Look, we done went into my dinner time. I done whipped and flipped the meal. Up here banging it.
Like I said, we enjoy y'all. I enjoyed this conversation. And I
yeah,
feel
like
like
I
we started to
say.
go to our close. So
Oh my God. Okay. She ain't got into her little thing now. Y'all, you know how they go, Luke. She say she don't want to answer the question right now. So yeah.
Well, thank you. Anyways,
Family. Before we get out of here, just the last thing I want to say, make sure, ladies, keep on them glasses. All right.
Big man.
I'm
This
thinking
man,
you
wow.
finna say some real deepness.
Thank you for tuning in to episode 29 of the Pharaohs Podcast. I'm your host, Solomon. You can find me on Facebook at Cornelius Solomon Walker. You can find me on Instagram at CJ Walker 103. And if you want to get your book published, email me at cwalker1582 at gmail.com. Okay. Israel, where can people find you?
Man, y'all can find me on Facebook. You can find me at the Pharaohs Podcast. You can email me, ATL621 at gmail.com. And I do have a website, but right now it's under construction. JonathanJohnson621.com.
And Luke, where can people find you?
You can find me at Luke733, lead the number 9 at gmail.com. Shout out to the people that's been sending some love over. I did get a few emails from people just saying they appreciate the hard work we're putting in. So shout out to that. Also, too, stay out on the lookout. The series is getting ready to launch as we go into the first quarter of next year. Right here on the Pharaohs Podcast platforms, the Getting Your House in Order series. So I've been definitely working on that. Actually, just finished getting the intro done for it, and just trying to have fun. Like I say, we appreciate you all. Hit us with some questions, but I've definitely been appreciating the love you all been sending. And again, we just trying to do something different, something positive, something fun. I hope y'all enjoyed tonight's episode. I had a great time, and I appreciate every subscriber. I appreciate you all. Y'all have no clue.
We definitely appreciate y'all, man. I done
Absolutely.
had a good time. Had some good questions.
Yes.
Good conversation.
Good conversation.
Mm.
Family, also, we are now on Spotify. So if you can't get to the YouTube channel and watch us live or watch a video of us, we have the audio only version now on Spotify. Okay, so if y'all want to go over there and check us out on Spotify, we have every episode up. Finally, all the episodes except for this one. So we live on YouTube on Mondays, and I believe Spotify will have us on Tuesdays.
Nice.
So if you just need a audio only version of us, it's going to be every Tuesday.
Yeah, y'all can listen to us while y'all at work. Laugh. I know Israel gonna have y'all at work laughing. So make us a part of your weekly routine. We just trying to hop in and be a part of the routine, y'all.
For sure. All right,
Absolutely.
family. Peace.
Peace.